And it's one of those things where like people always have this fantasy look at the business.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, it's this, it's that. You know, you gonna get all this. You know, as soon as you sign on the dotted line, they're gonna bring the literal bags of money to you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of work that goes into that, and then it almost, for some people, stops being fun.
Absolutely.
Once it turns into a business.
Yeah.
So, what was it that you saw within the business that made you realize that, whoa, this wasn't what I thought it was coming into it?
You speaking my language. I always prepared for it to not be fun. You know what I mean? But I always called that puberty sort of like thing. You got to grow up. And I always figured like your dream, NBA, NFL, and if you want to start making money and make it a business, the fun, sooner or later, just for fun, got to go somewhere. You want to keep it. So that was something you had to hold. And just the tactics, you know what I mean? Personally, I just got to keep it 1,000. If I want to speak freely on an album, that was stifled. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to do this on an album, that was stifled. It was very Hollywood, the label I was on. Nothing against them, Capitol Records. That's Hollywood and Vine. That's Beatles. That's MC Hammer. That's my dog, MC Hammer. Salute to him, too. But I signed over there just knowing that it was going to be kind of Hollywood, the biggest you could get as far as the evils or the not evils, you know what I mean, whatever's around. So I just wanted to see how it would go, and it went exactly how I thought, you know what I'm saying? And there's always a lane and a purpose for spitters in this rap game, but I found that most of the lane for it is, kind of the old boats when they used to have the coal workers, the slaves at the bottom, just throwing it into the furnace, you know what I mean? We're going to make this thing run, and we're going to ghostwrite it, we're going to get bars, and we're going to keep everything sharp, but we may not get the most respect or the most appreciation. Forget the fans and everybody else. I'm talking about the people who you're doing it for, you know what I mean, who could still be chumping you off like, hey, write me this or hook me up with this, but you ain't getting no respect and all that. I can't deal with that, you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I think, when you rhyme and write at a high level, you deserve the
Yeah,
flowers, And it's
exactly.
crazy that you mentioned how, like, a lot of high shelf spitters, you may not necessarily hear them on every radio station, or they may not be the most talked about, celebrated, but quietly,
that's it.
the mailbox money coming
That's
in.
it. Respect, my brother. Shout out to Nip, you know what I'm saying? Not to cut you off, but you said mailbox money, it made me think about my brother, you know what I'm saying? I had a joint with Nip called What It Feels Like, you know what I'm saying? I came up with that off my album, Salute to Mike and Keys, you know what I'm saying? That was a verse or a start of a verse that I had did on my album that never came out. So, naturally they had the vocals and they flipped it into a hook. Then Nip liked it and jumped into that, you know what I'm saying? Then it morphed into just a record that it was me and him on. And it's not right now, but that's not a problem, you know what I'm saying? It's just more so tactics like that, you know what I mean? Things like that in respect of just letting somebody know what the word is.
You found out that verse was being repurposed the same time the world found out Jay-Z had a song with Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Mike and Keys might have shot it to me already finished like a couple days before just to let me know it was coming, but it was already done, the move, which I have no problem with it again. Salute to Jay, salute to everybody. You know what I mean? I love Nip. Ain't nobody trying to take no credit or no money that's not mine. You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is be a respectable man out here. And it's not even so much about Mike and Keys, by nobody else. It's just the politics of the game.
Yeah.